Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Wednesday. It is 17th of September. It is Ashwini Masa or Padmanabha Masa, Krishna Paksham, and Ekadasi Tithi. So today is Indra Ekadasi, fasting from grains, beans, cereals. Okay, so we shall read Ekadasi Ritakatha from miskandisati.com. Can I request Usha Mataji to read Indra Ekadasi Ritakatha, please?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Indra Ekadasi Ki Jai. Yudhishthir Maharaj said, O Madhusudana, O killer of the Madhu demon, what is the name of the Ekadasi that occurs during the dark fortnight Krishna Paksa of the month of Ashwina, September-October? Please describe its glories to me. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna, then replied, this holy day is called Indra Ekadasi. If a person fasts on this day, all the sins are eradicated, and his forefathers who have fallen into hell are liberated. O best of kings, one who simply hears about this sacred Ekadasi achieves the great merit earned by performing a horse sacrifice. In the Satya Yuga, there lived a king named Indrasena, who was so powerful that he destroyed all his enemies. His kingdom was called Mahismatipuri. The glorious and highly religious king Indrasena took good care of his subjects, and therefore he was rich in gold, grains, sons and grandsons. He was greatly devoted to Lord Sri Vishnu as well. He especially enjoyed chanting my name, calling out Govinda, Govinda. In this way, King Indrasena systematically dedicated himself to pure spiritual life and spent much time meditating on the absolute truth. One day, as King Indrasena happily and peacefully preside over his assembly, perfect orator Sri Narada Muni was seen descending, whi- white as conch, shining like the moon, like a jasmine flower, like a lightning bolt. Narad Muni descending from the sky. He is decorated with matted locks of reddish hair. The king of our Devarsi Narad, the saint among the Devas demigods, great respect by greeting him with joined palms, inviting him into the palace, offering him a comfortable seat, washing his feet, and speaking sweet words of welcome. Then Narad Muni said to Maharaj Indrasena, O king, are the seven limbs of your kingdom prospering? The seven limbs of a king's domain being the king's well-being himself, his minister, his treasury, his military forces, his allies, the Brahmanas, the sacrifices performed in his kingdom, and the needs of the king's subjects. Is your mind absorbed in thinking of how you can properly perform your occupational duty? Are you becoming more and more devoted and dedicated to the service of the Supreme Lord Vishnu? The king replied, by your kind grace, O greatest of sages, everything is quite well today. Just by your presence, all the sacrifices in my kingdom are successful. Please show me mercy and explain the reason of your kind visit here. Sri Narada, the sage among the devas, then said, O lion among kings, listen to my astonishing word. When I describe Prabha Brahmaloka to Yamaloka, Lord Yamaraj praised me very graciously and offered me an excellent seat. As I glorified his truthfulness and wonderful service to the Supreme Lord, I noticed your father in Yamraj assembly, though he had been very religious because he broken an Ekadasi fast prematurely, he had to go to the Yamaloka. Your father gave me a message for you, he said in Mahasmati lives a king named Indrasena. Please tell him about my situation here, that because of my past sinful deeds, I have somehow been forced to reside in Yamraja's kingdom. Please give him this message from me. O son, kindly observe the coming Indra Ekadasi and give much in charity so I can go upward to heaven. Philosophically, we can understand that every living entity is an individual, and individually, everyone has to practice Krishna consciousness to traverse back to home, back to Godhead. As stated in Garud Purana, someone who is suffering in hell cannot practice Krishna consciousness because this requires some mental peace which the reactionary uh, tortures of hell make impossible. If a relative or a sinner suffering in hell gives some charity in the name of their sinner, he can leave hell and enter the heavenly planet. But if the sinner's relative observes this Ekadasi fast for his suffering kinsman, the kinsman goes directly to the spiritual world, as stated in this narration based on Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Narad continued just to deliver this message. O king, have I come to you? You should help your father by observing the fast of Indra Ekadasi. By the merit you gain, your father will go to heaven. King Indrasen asked, O great and Naradji, please be merciful and tell me specifically how to observe a fast on Indra Ekadasi, and also tell me during what month and on what day it occurs. Narad Muni replied, O king, please listen as I describe to you the full process of observing the Indra Ekadasi. The Ekadasi occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Aswin. On the Dasami Tithi, the day before Ekadasi, rise early in the morning, take bath, and then do some service for God with full faith. At noon, bathe again in running water, and then offer oblation to your forefather with faith and devotion. Be sure not to eat more than one on this day, and at night sleep on the floor. When you awaken on Ekadasi morning, cleanse your mouth and teeth thoroughly, and then will deep devotion for the Lord take this sacred vow. Today I shall fast completely and give up all kinds of sense enjoyment. O lotus-eyed Supreme Personality of Godhead, O infallible one, please give me shelter at your lotus feet. At noon, stand before the sacred form of the Sri Shaligram Sila and worship him faithfully, following all the rules and regulations. Then offer oblations of ghee into the sacred fire and Tarpana directed to help your forefathers. Next, feed qualified Brahmins, obviously non-grain prasadams, and offer them some charity according to your means. Now, take the food paints you offered to your forefathers, smell it, and then offer it to a cow. Next, worship Lord's Rishikesha with incense and flowers, and finally remain awake all night near the deity of Lord Sri Keshava. Early in the morning of the next day, Dwadasi Tithi, worship Sri Hari with great devotion and invite Brahman devotee to symptoms feast. Then feed your relatives and finally take your meal in silence. O king, if you strictly observe a fast on Indira Ekadasi in this way, with senses, your father will surely be elevated to the abode of Lord Vishnu. After saying this, Devasi Narad immediately disappeared from the scene to bless someone else with his presence. King Indrasena followed the great sage instructions, perfectly observing the fast in the association of his relatives and servants. As he broke his fast on the Dwadasi Tithi, flowers fell from the sky. The merit that Indrasena Maharaj earned by observing this fast released his father from the kingdom of Yamaraj and caused him to attain a completely spiritual body. Indeed, Indrasena saw him rising to the abode of Lord Hari on the back of Garuda Vahan. Indrasena himself was able to rule the kingdom without any obstacles, and in time, when he handed over the kingdom to his son, he also went to the spiritual realm of Vaikuntha. O Yudhishthira, these are the glories of the Indira Ekadasi, which occurs during the dark fortnight of the month of Aswin. Oh, whoever hears or reads this narration certainly enjoys life in this world, is freed of all reactions to his past sins, and at the time of death return home back to Godhead, where he lives eternally. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Ashwina Krishna Ekadasi or Indra Ekadasi, taken from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. Indra Ekadasi ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Prabhu, you are mute. Can't hear you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. So that is from Vivian's perspective. So we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Maitreya Muni describing about the creation of the universe and how the universe has emanated, all these details to Vidura. So yesterday we were discussing on the how Garbhodaka saw Vishnu. So it is the Virat Rupa form, and he has entered into this universe, and then within the body of that form, Virata form, all the living entities are situated, moving and non-moving entities. Parena Vishita Swasmin Matraya Visusruganaha. So it is the expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Chukshobha Anyonyamasadha Yasmin Lokas Chara Acharaha. So all the moving and non-moving living entities, they are situated in the personality of Virata Rupa. Okay, so after saying that, Maitreya Rishi further describing that form is called Hiranmaya. That form is called Hiranmaya, and he lied within the universe for 1,000 yoga cycles. So in this universe, there is a Garbhodaka water where he lies in that waters for 1,000 yoga cycles. So likewise, he is mentioning that with his name. Okay, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 6, verse number 6. हिरण्मयः स पुरुषः सहस्रपरिवत्सरान् अण्डकोशभुवासाप्सु सर्वसत्त्वोपबृंहितः Hiranmayaha sa Purushaha. And Hiranmayaha, the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, who also assumes the Virata Rupa. Who also assumes the Virata Rupa. Is same Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Hiranmayaha sa Purushaha. And Sapurusha, he is the incarnation of Godhead. Sahasra Parivatsaran. And 1000 Parivatsaran, celestial years. 1000 celestial years. Samatsara Parivatsaran. Andakosha Vavasapsu Andakosha. Within the global universe. And Vavasa, he resided. Apsu underwater. Sarvasattu Upabrumhitaha. All living entities lying with him. Upabrumhitaha. So spread. So they are spread across his body. All the living entities. Likewise, Maitreya Muni saying. Hiranmayaha sapurushaha sahasra parivatsaran andakosha vuvasapsu sarvasattu upabrumbhitaha. The translation. The gigantic Virata Purusha, known as Hiranmaya, lived for 1000 celestial years on the water of the universe, and all the living entities lay with him. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, can I request any voluntary devotees to read this purport, please?
Shall I read, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
After the Lord entered each and every universe as the Garbhodaksha Vishnu, half of the universe was filled with water. The cosmic manifestation of the planetary system, outer space, etc., which are visible to us, is only one half of the complete universe. Before the manifestation takes place and after the entrance of Vishnu within the universe, there is a period of 1000 celestial years. All the living entities injected within the womb of the Mahatattva are divided is all universes with the incarnation of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and all of them lies down with the Lord until Brahma is born. Brahma is the first living being within the universe, and from him all the other demigod and the living creatures are born. Manu is the original father of mankind, and therefore in Sanskrit mankind is called Manushya. Humanity is different bodily qualities in distributed throughout the various planetary system. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so here Prabhupada is giving some explanations, the technical details of this universe. So after the Lord entered each and in the every universe as the Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, half of the universe was filled with water. So in the 10th chapter, second canto, 10th chapter, where we have seen Garbhodak, the Lord, he is lying in the water, and then from water generates. So that is, it is called Nara, and within that water, Lord stayed there, Narayana. His name is also called Narayana. Sukadeva Goswami describes. So that is also name of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. That is also um, one of the explanations where we come across about Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. And later on in the further in the third canto, it is also Chaturiganam Sahasramapsu Swapan Swaya Uditriya Swasekya Kalakyasita karmatantro lokan apitan dadrushe swadehe. So the Lord stays within this water for 1,000 yuga cycles. Chaturyuganam cha sahasramapsu. Swapan swaya udirtaya swasekya. So he stays there. He stays in the yoga nidra. Swapan swaya udirtaya swasekya, and by his internal potency. Kalakiyasadita karma tantra lokan apitan dadrushe swadehe. When the time for after 1,000 yuga cycles completed, his body turns into lokan apitan. Apitan is the bluish color. Lokan apitan dadrushe swadehe. He looks his body into bluish color, that is turning into bluish color. And then the lotus flower comes. And then this is also one of the statements that here he is mentioning. Sahasra Parivatsaran. Celestial year means one yuga cycle, that is one celestial, likewise 1,000. Sahasra Parivatsaran. And here further, if Prabhupada is describing the cosmic manifestation of the planetary systems, outer space, etc., which are visible to us, is only half of the complete universe. Only half of the complete universe. And within this universe, we see there are so many galaxies itself. But some people they define the every galaxy is a different kinds of universe. But actually, is everything whatever we see, it is only one universe. But outside of this universe, so this universe shell is made up of dust. There are 7 layers, which we cannot see those layers at all, because there are earth, water, fire, and then air, and then mind, Mahatattva, false ego, and Mahatattva. Like that, there are 7 layers, as we see in the that Goloka chart. Okay, so that is one thing. And then okay, this is earth, water, and fire, air, ether, false ego, and Mahatattva. These are the 7 layers of the universe. And then before the manifestation takes place and after the entrance of the Vishnu in the universe, there is a period of 1,000 celestial years. 1,000 celestial. He stays there, and then this is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu here in the Garbhodaka ocean. And then all living entities injected within the womb of Mahatattva are divided in all universes within the incarnation of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. So this is again Dhaivat Chubhi Dharminyam Swastyam Yonah Parah Puman Adatte Vidyam Sasota Hiranmayam Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. So he has injected all the living entities into the womb of the Mahatattva. Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. This is again, it comes. We have seen in the second canto, these descriptions about the goodness, passion, and how they have emanated the universal creation. Again, here we are seeing in the third canto, 66th chapter, and later again we will see in the 26th chapter. So it gives and stresses the importance, but all are pointing how the universe has emanated, and Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu, Virata form, and then Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is separate from all of these Purusha incarnations. So this is Aditya Viryam Sasota, Hiranmayam, Mahatattvam Hiranmayam. So he is called Hiranmaya, and Brahma is also called Hiranyagarbha. Garbhodak Sai Vishnu called Hiranmaya, and he is called Hiranyagarbha. And as soon as the Lord enters into this universe, so Vishwam Atmagatam Vyanjan Kotasto Jagadankurah Apibat Vishwa Apibat. So as soon as he entered, he just removes all kinds of darkness He removes all kinds of darkness. Now it is manifested as Lord is present. Previously it was dark, the complete darkness. And then as soon as he just enters, so all this darkness will be completely dissipated. Okay, so that is in a very high level. Garbhodaka, that is Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. He is Hiranmayam. And all of them lie down with the Lord until Brahma is born. They are in the dormant state. And Brahma is the first living being within the universe, and from him all the demigods and the living creatures are born. So this is Brahma comes from the lotus system, that not Shushan Tada Bhijita Nabhideshat. So the lotus flower, the bud, it will sprout from the navel of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu when he is lying in the Garbhodaka waters. And then later on, Brahma, he creates so many other living entities, like starting from the four Kumaras, and then uh, the Rudra, and then for the demigods, and also the Prajapatis and the Rishis, like that, from different parts of Brahma's body. And finally, because the creation is not going very fast, and then he creates Manu and Shatarupa from his body. And then from there, the human beings they spread more quickly. So that Manu is the call from the Manushya, and this man and woman. These words, English words, have been derived. Everything from the Sanskrit, everything from the Vedas. Okay, so Manu is the original father of mankind, and therefore in Sanskrit, mankind is called Manushya. So humanity in different bodily qualities is distributed throughout the various planetary systems. Okay, so that is some technical details. Again, it is based on the consciousness. He divided this universe. What Brahma, whatever the lotus flower has emanated from Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, he situated on the top of that lotus flower, which is called Brahmaloka, and then he divided this lotus flower, the stem, into three parts, and then that there is top part, and then middle part, and then bottom part. Again, he divided these three parts into 14 parts. So that's where we get 14 planetary systems. Out of Earth is in the middle, top planet systems, and bottom planet systems. Based on the consciousness of the living entities, he divided all these planetary systems. Okay, so that is what here. And as soon as whenever the demigods and bhutas, pretas, when he created so many other living entities except the human beings, and when he created the human beings, and then all other living like demigods, they appreciate Lord Brahma for creation of the human. Because in the human society, later on, Brahma gives so much of knowledge so that they perform sacrifice. They offer like balis, offerings to the demigods and everyone else. Deva, Rushi, Pitru, Bhuta, Apta, Nunam, Pitru. So there is a uh, there is Panchamaha. Okay, so by that, all these demigods will, Rishis and Pitrus, many people, many of these uh, are offerings to the Lord. Taking those things, they will be very satisfied. They also glorify the Lord for that. Aho yeta jagasashtaha sukrutam batite krutam pratisitaha kriya yasmin sakam annam adamahe. Sakam annam adamahe. Annam means the food. They will offer the food to all the living entities. Balim. So likewise, demigods appreciate Brahma later on. That where humanity further spread. And later on, Brahma gives Brahma Asurja Sumukato Yushman Atma Paripsaya Chendu Mayhatapa Vidya Yoga Yuktan Alampatan Tatranai Asuritasman Doho Sahasrat Sahasrapat. So likewise, he creates Chandomaya, Tapo Vidya, all kinds of knowledge and the Brahmanas. And then later on, he creates, in order to protect the Brahmanas, he creates Kshatriyas. in the later. Tatranaya asriyatasman doho sasrat sasirpatum hridayam tasya brahma chatramangam prachakshate. Likewise, first Brahmanas and then Kshatriyas. Later on, the Sudras, Vaishyas and then Sudras. He creates everything else further. That Chaturvarnyam Maya system. Okay, so that is the structure of the humanity. Okay, but everything until that point, all the living entities, they stay dormant in the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu. Okay, so that is the Hiranmaya form. Hiranmaya sa Purushaha Sahasra Parivatsaran Andakosha Vovasapsu Sarva Sattva Upabrumbhitaha. Sarva Sattva Upabrumbhita. In the body of Garbhodaka Sai Vishnu, all the living entities, they stay dormant. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Okay, we shall move to Srila Prabhupada's daily letter. Okay, can I request Garingi Mataji to read this letter, please? Today letter to Jadurani, November 16th, 1970, Bombay.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Did you call me Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji, to read the letter, please.
Okay, Prabhuji. My dear daughter Jadurani, please accept my blessing. I am in due receipt of your two letters dated October 31st and November 11th, 1970. I am very glad that you and all the others are finding that your Krishna consciousness is increased by following our new schedule of regular activities in the temple. I am getting such happy report from all our centers, and actually that is the way of advancing in spiritual life without being jolly. Um, on cannot make my tangible progress in Krishna consciousness, and without um, strictly, strictly following the regulative principle and chanting the prescribed number of round on the beats. Nobody can become free from the unhappiness of this material world. So it is imperative that all our students be exemplary in their exclusion of devotional service, and naturally Krishna will bless you all more and more. I was thinking that the painting should be um, prouded at the rate of one per day. That was my thought, but if it is not practical, there is no cause for lamenting. Simply go on with your painting as far as possible. Please do not neglect to engage yourself in the um, prescribed duties for maintaining your spiritual strength. Without keeping spiritual strength, there is no question of any how to pronounce Prabhuji, accomplishment like painting or anything else. So Krishna conscious is first in all circumstances. Everything should be regulated in devotional service, just like eating. Eating is necessary to remain fit, but too much eating means disease, and too little eating means starving. One must adjust things properly. And that is the program of Krishna consciousness. I think that is you feel too much inconvenience just now by remaining in Boston with Sat Then you may go to some other center for some time with the art department and carry on your work there on your work there. Sometimes such separation for a time is beneficial for husband and wife both, but there is never any question of divorce. Hope this will meet you in good health. Your ever will whistle, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Any take points, Mataji, from this letter?
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhupada mentioned about Jadurani. She is in center. Then Prabhupada's happy with them. Then he talking about spiritual life and Krishna conscious. Then other one chanting beats, maybe something like that. Prabhuji, you describe Prabhuji. I cannot say Prabhuji much. Hare Krishna. That's it, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, that is the main point. So just following regulative principles and chanting the prescribed number of rounds and beats. Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other comments, dear devotees, you wanted to add?
Yeah, just like Prabhupada is mentioning, yeah, sorry, thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, Prabhupada is mentioning here that whatever we do, but our main aim is to spirituality, like we have to follow first of that, and then we can do any other work. But following this principle, that must be done before we do anything. Uh, yeah, so you have to be follow your duties of maintaining your spiritual strength. That is very important. As I said, regulatory principle and all this round and everything before that is must have to do before we do anything else.
Yes. Okay. That is giving an analogy like just eating with the food. Likewise, we also, first of all, keep yourselves.
So that is for the soul of our. That is food for our soul, isn't it? Like spirituality.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, Mataji, for highlighting that point. Okay. Any other comments, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Two things came in my mind from this letter. One is whatever we do, if we do the follow the Krishna consciousness, everything, the life, balance, food, everything will be falling. Like for example, today's Ekadashi, if we are fasting, then we keeping our body in a good frame so that we don't overeat all the time or eat 3 times a day. And another point is whatever we have the skill, Krishna has given us the skill, we should use it for the purpose of Krishna consciousness. So ultimate is like follow the Krishna consciousness properly with the 4 regulative principles and all the steps, and we'll follow the life circle properly. Horrible.
Hare Krishna. Yes, beautiful. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice highlighting those 2 points. Any other comments?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
for me also, everything that was covered by the Debashish Prabhu and Meena Mataji. And for me, it was also that the statement where he says the students must be exemplary in their execution of devotional service. I think he wants the students to set a good example to others as well by following all the principles and everything, chanting and everything. So yeah, for me that stuck out as well, and just having a good balance, because Mataji was obviously very good in painting and everything, but he was kind enough to say to her that, you know, if it's too much, then don't worry too much. If you can't do it every day, then don't worry about it. Try and balance it with your other duties as well, and you know, have your spiritual strength equally. If you feel that, you know, that's lagging behind while you're concentrating too much on painting, then have a good balance. But yes, he was kind enough to say that to her. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Yes, this is very good point here. So, though we keep the targets, painting should be produced at the rate of one per day, and the Prabhupada story. But that is, if not practical, no cause for lamenting. So, no one is going to push you or taking you out of the job. It is not like no pressure, no stress. It is just we are engaging ourselves with a full endeavor and strength. That's all we do. Okay, as far as possible. Excellent. Thank you so much, Mataji. Any other points? Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. Okay, and also sometimes husband and wife may, if they're staying there together for a long time, and there may be some kind of, uh, if anything comes in between for their peaceful life, Prabhupada is mentioning that sometimes such separation for some time is beneficial for husband and wife, but there is no question of divorce. So Prabhupada is suggesting if you just go to a different center and to do continue the painting, then meanwhile you will feel the importance of wife and husband. So it is a one has to acknowledge that one as well. Okay, that is one point. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji and Prabhuji. That is from the Prabhupada's letter. And from announcements point of view, so today is Wednesday evening, we have got Kirtan evening, just glorifying Krishna. Kirtana Deva Krishnasya Mukta Sangaha Param Brajet. Okay, so that Kirtan is in the evening at 8 p.m. Okay, that is our upcoming events. And the devotees, if you have got any updates or you wanted to share anything on Krishna consciousness, kindly do so.
Prabhu, just wanted to mention that we did the fruit plucking last weekend, last Sunday. We have still doing the same service this Sunday. If anyone wants to join, that'll be more than welcome. Very well.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
So, Prabhu, you are doing this in the manner, Prabhu, or
Yes, Prabhu.
and
Yes, in the
and from what time to what time you are doing it, Prabhu?
we start around 10:30 and finish around 12:30 before the lunch. Very well.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you. Very good.
I think you were there last Sunday. You could have joined, Prabhu.
I came late, Prabhu. I came around 4 or 4:30 in
Oh,
the
no.
afternoon.
Okay. Thank you. Very well. I thought, sorry, you came early. Very well.
No problem, Prabhu. Very good. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, so that's all. And then we shall feel happy. We shall conclude and continue it further. पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
Namo
नमः
Namah.
अनन्तकोटि वैष्णववृन्द की
Vaishnava
जय
Ki
श्रील
Jai.
प्रभुपाद की
Jai.
हरे कृष्ण।